I'm sorry. There was a alarm thing and it stopped my video. What I was saying is not to have this mentality of fuck this, fuck that, fuck people, fuck that, blah 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 blah. Like you're just perpetuating your own pain, your bitterness, your anger, and that is not good. And you should not put yourself through that. It's important to release that energy. So yes, take the message as it resonates, but sit with the message. Sit with it and actually contemplate it and see for yourself, like, is there any people, places, things in your life that you need to release? That's what I'm feeling. Because sometimes we tell ourselves that there isn't, or sometimes we don't realize that sometimes we don't realize that we do know people in our life like that, and we may like shove away a message just because we don't think it's related to us, because we may be in denial about it. So I'm seeing to be careful. Take the messages that resonate, but contemplate on the messages that you're not sure about in order to see, like, is this a message that I am in denial about, or is this actually, yeah, that's a message that's not for me. And I feel like when you know, but again, sometimes I feel like we may be so much in some kind of denial that we discredit a message just because, like, oh no, well, that's not for me. But in the end, like, even if you don't have a person in your life like that, isn't it better to still analyze the people, places, things in your life to realize what you should let go of? Now, these group of cards came out, so I just want to see what they are. We have rejection, opportunities, and consequences. This card also came out in the last reading, I believe. Or for sure it did come out in one of my other readings. Rejection. I mentioned about feeling rejected, feeling left out in the cold here with these energies here. I feel like this is about that. However, not only is it about those feelings of rejection, it's about opportunities. And remember how I was saying, I'm gonna move this to the side. I'll just put it over here. Remember when I was saying not to block yourself from possible opportunities that want to come into your life just because of fears? Know that there are consequences. And the consequences for always blocking, and I mean, if you're in this kind of energy, you may not realize that you may be the one rejecting everyone around you. Maybe you feel so rejected about people. Oh, there's, no one ever is really there for me and blah, blah, blah. Maybe it's because you're so damn fucking guarded that you don't allow anyone in your life. And perhaps the people that you do allow in your life get in your head and eat away at what you do have and perpetuate this kind of rejection that you think you may be getting from everyone. Like, if everyone is rejecting you, but you don't realize that you're rejecting yourself, that you're rejecting all of these opportunities by staying in your head, by staying hurt, by staying guarded. You may be the one rejecting other people, thinking that they are the ones rejecting you. I saw 444. My battery is going low as well, so let's see. Respite, assistance, and memory. The memory is making me think. Oh, we also had We've had this card come up a few times. We had this card come up in the last reading. Assistance. I'm seeing this is guidance from your spirit guides, and this is inner guidance from yourself, from your higher self. Listen to your own inner guidance. Listen to your heart, because your heart will never lead you astray. Your heart proves to you what it really wants. And your heart is the reflection of your soul. So when we are in a heavily guarded kind of personality, guarding our heart, it is hard to follow our inner guidance. It is hard to follow our heart because we feel so much pain, so much, heaviness. And it is important to heal that. Perhaps work on your heart chakra healing. You can listen to meditations on that, or you can breathe in and breathe out, feeling from your heart space. Allow yourself to imagine your heart opening up, and allowing positive, happy, love energy into your heart space. And that is a way that we can practice healing our heart chakra and opening it up just a little more. Know that you are assisted, and you just need to listen to your inner guidance. And memory is making me think back to what I mentioned earlier, that perhaps there are old memories that you have that really just perpetuate some kind of negativity, some negative self-talk, or perpetuating the memories really does put you back in this place because of anger, bitterness, and all of that. Now we have humility, disillusionment, and champion. So the humility part that I'm seeing is to be aware of how you treat other people, and to be aware of how people treat you. Why allow the people to stay in your life who just bring you down, and that's it? Just because you know someone, or just because they were a best friend, or just because they were XYZ, don't mean shit. Someone who treats you like shit is someone who treats you like shit. And hurt people hurt people. But most people have a hard time changing, and most people refuse to change because it's hard, because it hurts, because it means you have to go within yourself to heal yourself, and that within itself is a long, tedious process. But I can guarantee you with no doubt, no sliver of doubt in my mind, that it is one of the best things that you can do for yourself and the people around you, is to heal yourself. To be cautiously aware. I'm seeing here like the Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords. Be cautiously aware of your own self-talk. That you're not in disillusionment. And remember how earlier I was talking about, being in a denial kind of mentality? And so I'm seeing here, be honest with yourself. Be aware, be honest to other people. Like, look upon the horizon with hope and clarity. Not with like, fuck this world, fuck people, and fuck this, and fuck that, and fuck my life, and all this shitty stuff. No, like, take a fucking breath and let it go. And again, that doesn't mean that it's easy. That doesn't mean it's gonna happen overnight. But I guarantee you, I promise you, it is something that will definitely help you. No matter who you are, no matter where you are, when you take the time to breathe and to analyze your circumstances and the situations in your life out of peace, love and understanding, that is when the healing comes. The healing doesn't come when you're angry and spiteful and judgmental and all of that. No, there will never be healing if that's the kind of person that you are. I'm telling you now. That's the truth. Because the healing comes when you take responsibility for your own healing. When you stop feeling so heavily guarded and you start to open up a little more. Open up to yourself. And open up to the people who actually deserve it. Not the people who make you think that they're there for you and they're really not. Just reward, evolution, and respite. So there's respite twice here. So that's definitely something to be aware of on its own. Be careful with how you feel about people, places, things in your life. Are you being spiteful? Are you? I saw 11:11. Is there a past situation? And again, I saw 11:11 because the video stopped. I had to start it again. It started all over. So anyway, with 11:11, I am thinking there could have been a past situation, a past relationship that you feel spiteful towards. And it is important to evolve from that, to release the cycles in your life that make you feel heavily guarded, to know that's okay to evolve from pain and trauma and to evolve into your higher self. Preservation, neutrality, and obligation. So with the preservation, immediately is making me think of this energy right underneath it. This is self-preservation. And self-preservation is not a bad thing, but it can be. It depends on how you do it. And again, if you're literally guarding yourself from every single opportunity that comes into your life, that is negative self-preservation. That is you literally guarding any opportunities that spirit tries to bring into your life. So there is definitely a call to be aware that you are not saying like, oh, well, fuck God and fuck this and, you know, I never get what I want. I never get what I deserve. I never end up happy. I end up hurt and blah, blah, blah. Stop. Stop blaming other people. Stop blaming spirit. Stop blaming this, that, or the other. Look in the mirror. And take responsibility for your own actions. I know that you are the magician. Like we have the magician down here. As above, so below. This is making me think of the magician card. Making me think of Baphomet. Which makes me think of balance. View situations with some kind of neutrality. So what I mean by that is like, be aware again that you're not blaming people who have done nothing to you. That you're not forcing your mentality, your perception of them. If you're gonna get to know someone, then get to know them. Don't be blaming them or scrutinizing or overanalyzing certain things about them. Is kind of like the feeling that I'm getting. And again, with our situations, our circumstances, it's important to view it from a neutral perspective, because that is a way where we see our side and we try to understand why that person is the way that they are, why they did what they did. It does not mean that's okay, but it just means that we are trying to open our mind and open ourselves up to at least understand that person better. To at least understand that hurt people hurt people. So when someone's usually a fucking asshole, it's because they are perpetuating these negative patterns within their life. And that does not mean that it's okay for people to be an asshole, but chances are it means that people have been an asshole to that person. And again, I will state this over and over, that does not mean that it is okay. That does not justify being an asshole. Just because you've had past experiences of people treating you like shit does not mean you should treat other people like shit. It's some ass backwards fucking way of thinking. It is not justified. I don't care what anyone has been through. It is not justified to be an asshole to other people just because people have been an asshole to you. That is a victimized mentality. And being in that victimized mentality is only gonna fuck you over. Because when we victimize ourselves and like, woe is me and the world hates me and fuck people and blah 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 blah, again, negativity, blah 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 blah, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Negative, negative, negative. You're just bringing negativity to you. And you, again, you may not be realizing that you're attracting this, or you're pushing away blessings and opportunities in your life because you're choosing to be the victim. That doesn't mean that, you don't deserve justice, just reward. That doesn't mean that that doesn't mean that it's okay what they did. And I'll keep saying that. That doesn't mean it's okay. But for your own sanity, for your own healing, why not allow yourself to see the truth of the matter? And to see that, it's okay to heal from these things. We don't have to perpetuate this victimized mentality. We really don't. And honestly, we really should not. It gets to a point where it's like, okay, it's your responsibility, your obligation to heal from that. It happened for a reason. I believe that everything in our life happens for a reason. It happened for a reason, and that is to teach us lessons. And again, like I stated earlier, if people keep coming into your life and they treat you like shit, I feel like you do try to be careful about people who may end up being that kind of person. But I feel like it's so much self-preservation to the point where it's like, again, you push people away. You push away opportunities. You push away the abundance that's trying to come into your life because you're so in your mind of like, I've been down so many times, so many people who broke my heart, so many people who lied to me. Truthfully, I personally, me myself, have been there, have experienced that. Oh, this dude says he's not gonna hurt me, and that's the first thing he does. Oh, this dude says he's not gonna lie to me, that's the first thing that he does. You know what I mean? I saw 1818. 8, like I stated earlier, reminds me of cycles. And 1, I stated earlier as well, that is, to me, an amplification. So with 1818, I'm seeing be aware. Be aware of your thoughts. Be aware of the patterns. Be aware of the cycles, because they're perpetuating. They're playing your mind over and over and over and over again. Let's see what's underneath. Justice, truth, and duty. Justice, truth, and duty. Again, justice will come if you believe in karma, if you believe in the law of attraction, if you believe in those kind of things, I do to some degree. I do believe in the law of attraction, very much so. I do believe that, what goes around comes around. Even if not in this lifetime, it will come around. There's a need to for transformation here with the skull. But it's also cracked and there's fire coming out of it. Blue flame. Blue flame. That actually just reminded me of something that came out in my last reading. A card that was the blue flame. Actually, I'm wondering if it was one of these. Blue flame. That was the card that came out last time in my last reading. Connect to the blue flame, which is the light of pure love within you. There's a need for transformation in your mentality. Because the skull symbolizes death, which symbolizes transformation. With every end comes a new beginning. With the blue flame, it is important to not push away love. It is important to love yourself and to be truthful to yourself, to be honest about the people, places, things in your life, to be honest, to look in the mirror, to realize like what is it that what did we contribute to a situation that was negative in our life, in order for us to learn from it and to heal from it again. Like I mentioned earlier, justice will come. Just know that. Justice will come, and it is important for you to not focus on, oh, well, they're gonna get what they deserve and blah, 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 blah. Like, don't be negative. Just release it, learn from it, heal, and remain positive. Healing. I also mentioned last time about the violet flame that, through Archangel Michael, which is for healing. So maybe you might want to look into my previous reading, or just look into the violet flame of Archangel Michael or something. But there is a lot of need to heal from trauma, to heal from the past, to release the burdens that are heavy on your heart. And with this card on the back, let's see what we have. It's like there's someone here, and we do see some light on their chakras. And the main chakras that we see are the heart chakra and around the third eye and the crown. So definitely there is a need for healing of the heart and of the mind, of our perceptions, of what we think we know. But it may just be a perceived threat that may not even be a real threat. I saw 2332. It's making me think of 5 and 5. Again, change. There needs to be change in your perceptions on the world, on people around you, because you are so incredibly heavily guarded. And it is, I think maybe you realize this, or maybe you realize it but you may be in denial of it. Take it as it resonates, but be honest with yourself. If it does resonate, don't fight a message that you feel really resonates deep within you. If it really resonates deep within you, there's a reason. Even if it's something that you are in denial of. We usually tend to get defensive when people really know how to get at us. When people really know our shadows, it's so easy to be defensive. It's easy to be defensive against ourselves as well, to ourselves, in a way where we want to preserve ourselves, but then it can become us lying to ourselves in order to heal our heart, but that's really not healing it. Again, that's putting a band-aid around a wound that is infected. No, you need to properly clean and maintain, you know, maintain the healing process, maintain the what's the word? The continual, the I forgot the word. It is important to be persistent, to be consistent. Consistency is the word that I was looking for. It's important to be consistent about our healing. And the thing about healing, I saw 2552. The thing about healing is that it is an ongoing process, because we are always on our healing journey, because there's always new things that are going to happen. There's always new circumstances, new obstacles, new challenges, new thought patterns to work through. And it is important to remember that. And that it's okay to allow yourself the time to go within and to analyze these things in order to allow yourself the time and the patience to heal from those things. That's what I'm getting. I would like to pull maybe a few more of these. Advancement. A strong energy is propelling you forward. Follow the steerings of your heart. So again, follow your heart. Your heart knows what's best for you, because your heart is a reflection of your soul. And our soul is the purest form of who we are, because we are spiritual beings. We are our spirit. We are our soul. We are the energy that is that within us, incarnated in a meat sack, so to speak. But being incarnated in this human existence means that we have to experience human existence, which comes with its challenges. But when you follow your heart, it will lead you to your truth. It will lead you to your most purest self. Because in the end, the heart is pure. No matter how many swords go through this heart, the heart is still whole. It just needs to be mended. A heart is never broken. It just feels like it is. But our heart still beats, right? If you're here, you're watching this, your heart is still beating. Your heart is still working. No matter all of the shit that you have been through, no matter all of the heartache that you have been through, all of the pain, all of the heaviness in your heart is still full and pure. Perhaps tainted by pain and trauma, but its essence is always pure. Its essence is always going to bring us to our higher self and to what is really important to us in our life. It is we. It is us. We are the ones who guard our heart. We are the ones that perpetuate that feeling of pain. We are the ones that perpetuate that. And again, that does not mean that it is easy, but we do have to take responsibility. You know, we are obligated to take responsibility for our own actions and our own perceptions and our own coping mechanisms and self-defenses. Wisdom. See your adversaries as opportunities to expand your spiritual light. That's what I was saying pretty much. See the shit that has happened to you in your life as an opportunity to learn. Even the worst shit that has happened to you in your life, I guarantee you, if you sit with it, there is something that you can learn from it. Even if it's like, okay, this person was reflecting their own inner pain. You know, what is it that I can learn from this? Not to reflect my inner pain to other people, not to treat other people like how they treated me, and not to ever allow someone to treat me like that again. Even if that's all you learn from a certain situation, even if that's what it boils down to, you learned something, and that is valuable. Everything in our life is an opportunity to learn. That is why it is there. And when we learn from these opportunities, it expands ourselves, it expands our awareness, our wisdom. It expands our spirit, our soul, because our spirit and our soul will just reincarnate until we have the experiences that our soul wants to experience. Whether in this lifetime or the next. The how can I say? A goal of our soul is to transcend. A goal of our soul is to understand, to experience. Patience. Be patient and allow destiny to unfold at its own pace, which is really making me think back to the temperance. Healing takes time, right? If you have a broken bone, there's no way in hell, not even you go to the hospital, can they heal it in one night? No, it takes time. And there is absolutely nothing that anyone can do about it to make the time happen overnight. That's not how it works. Healing takes time. Wounds take time to heal. And yes, there may be a scar left over. That painful memory of whatever happened is it is theoretically a scar. It is a scar in our psyche. It is a scar in our heart. But again, our heart is never truly broken. Just because you have a scar doesn't mean that it has not healed or anything. It means it happened and it healed. It's important to let things go. And we have gratitude. Universal love shines through the miracles of life all around you. And this is going back to when I was saying it is important to have gratitude for the situations that have happened in our life. I saw 3331. 333. 3, the manifestation, the magician in my mind. You are the magician of your own life. It is important to hold gratitude for everything. Even the shitty ass fucking experiences that you have, it's important to show some form of gratitude, because it is, again, a lesson. It is something, an opportunity to learn. How you take it is up to you. But this is a call for healing. This is a call to lower your defenses a little. Stop blaming every single person that you meet. Stop assuming that every single person who falls for you is just gonna treat you like shit. And trust me, I've experienced some shit. I think we all have. If you're watching this video, I'm pretty sure you have dealt with a lot of fucking shit from a lot of people too. But again, how you perceive something and the lessons you take from it are up to you. We cannot always control the situations in our life. We cannot always control how people treat us, or the people who come into our life. We cannot always control our outside circumstances, but we can always strive to learn to control our responses, our defense mechanisms, etc. So I'm going to pull maybe a couple of cards from here, and then I will call this reading. Let's see. These cards just fell out. Luck is on your side. Show the world the real you. Yes. Know that what has happened to you in your life, don't let it bring you down. Always aim towards a new beginning, right? We have a new moon. New moons are the perfect time within lunar magic, or anything like that, to practice or to bring in new beginnings. It is the energy of newness. Aim for new beginnings. Move away. And I've never seen this card in this way. So aim towards new beginnings. Move away from trauma from the past and show the world the real you. Be yourself. And again, if people can't get behind you and cannot support you and love you because of who you are or what you're into or stuff like that, as long as you're not hurting other people, as long as you're not harming any other living creature, animals or people, then you have all right to be you. And if someone can't get behind that, then why keep them around? That doesn't mean, of course, that doesn't mean that you have to force your ideals onto someone else. No, there are people who may not be completely supportive of our decisions in life, but that they still support us and they just want us to be happy. A perfect example of that are my parents. I am so fucking grateful to my parents because they love me enough to understand that even though I do shit like this, like tarot, and I practice magical practices, and I have I'm an eclectic solitary practitioner. I don't have a religion that they have. I don't always have the spiritual thoughts, or how can I say, beliefs. I don't have the same beliefs as them. And I admit, when I first told them, when they first started to know that I was interested in spirituality and earth-based things and magic, witchcraft, and tarot and all this stuff, they had their hesitance. Especially the more that they know that I'm interested in like entities like Baphomet, for example, because we were raised to believe like this shit's evil and blah blah blah. So for them, they can't get behind it, but they fucking support me enough to where they believe in me and they want to see me succeed. And I'm so fucking grateful to have that support. So what I'm saying here is just be aware that just because someone doesn't necessarily like what you do doesn't mean that they don't support you. There is a big difference, because people who don't like what you do will not support you. And there are people who may not like it because it's not what they would do, because it's not, within their morals or what they were raised to believe, but that they still support you because they see your growth, they see your happiness, they see that you're not a bad person, you're not hurting other people, you're not harming yourself. I have never been more confident in myself and more happy and more motivated than I am now. And I think my parents definitely see that because they've seen me through my worst. They've been there for me when I was depressed. They've seen me when I had absolutely no self-esteem at all. They've seen me through the worst. And I feel like they at least appreciate that I'm not going around harming other people, etc. So I feel like this is saying, yes, show the world the real you, and yes, release people who do not support you, but do know the difference. How to discern between someone who may not like that you may want to pursue a specific career, but that they still support you because they love you and they know that you're not going around hurting other people. Do as thy will, harm none, but take no shit. The people who really love you, even if you do something that they wouldn't do it that way, they wouldn't be a part of that religion. They wouldn't, practice the things that you practice or be interested in the things that you're interested. But because you are you and they love you and they support you, they are still there for you. So again, learn to discern the difference. And underneath, expect powerful change, which is making me think back to all of the fives that I mentioned earlier. Change. Well, I'm going to end the message here. I feel in conclusion, this message was very much about healing, about change, and about perception. I sincerely hope that this message has brought you clarity. And right as I was saying, I sincerely hope I saw 4141. So again, powerful change is afoot, but you need to allow the opportunities to come. Don't fight the change. Try to understand it and how it can benefit you in your life, because that's what change is all about. Anyway, thank you so much for being here, especially if you watched all the way through. Thank you. I really, truly, sincerely appreciate you. And I really, truly, hopefully, or sincerely hope that you found some kind of peace or clarity in these messages. I hope that you have a wonderful day. And if you're interested in learning more about me or perhaps contacting me or anything like that, I do have my Instagram in the description box below if you'd like to take a look there. Thank you again so much for being here. I hope it helped. Have a wonderful day. Bye.